Here, good afternoon, traders. This is Shogun, and I train traders how to trade in harmony with the market. So today, I'm going to share some key things on this video. And before I do that, I must remind you the key to a successful trading career is number one, flawless execution. Number two, you must have a psychological edge. And number three, you must have a probabilistic mindset. So both success and failure is a result of habits. I'm going to repeat that. Both success and failure in trading is a result of habits. And what I teach or what I train people and mentor people is how you can develop a winning habit. Okay? I also believe that consistency in decision making is key. Okay? It's actually the key definition of success in trading. And you can only learn by observing or watching someone do what you would like to do. Okay, so today is Friday, 6th of August 2021, and I'm gonna share some of my trades that we've just taken. And before I do anything, I'm gonna go through the simple analysis that we do on I use the trading view and the MetaTrader chart. I'll be sharing the MetaTrader chart soon as well. So we have the CADJPY here, and I'm just gonna do a quick analysis of this daily chart. We can see price was trending to the upside, series of higher highs, and higher lows. But there are those highs, they're not just an ordinary higher highs. I've labeled this one to make it easy for us. This high here is what we called in price behavior the momentum high. Why is it a momentum high? Because price traveled all the way from the low and stopped there. That is where they had a breather, and price went into what we call price acceptance zone. Okay, or consolidation or pullback or whatever you want to call it. It means the same thing. Okay, then price came to this low and they started pushing it back up again and they made a new momentum high. So this is the last and current momentum high. This is the one. This is the previous momentum high. So there are two ways a trend can change. Is either if structural failure happens or price trade below. If it's an uptrend, price trade below the previous momentum high. And as we have a new momentum high, this now becomes a previous momentum high. And this CADJPY came below on this day, the 8th of July 2021, came below and closed below the previous momentum high. That is significant. Okay, and they pushed it back again above it and they slammed it down to make a new momentum low. Okay, so now once they've done that, this price remained untouched, so they need to confirm it, and price came back and retouched this. By doing that, we have started seeing a downtrend. Okay, series of what? A lower low and lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low, another lower high to confirm that level. Okay, so now we have a downtrend. We have seen a change in trend. This could be a stronger retracement to the downside or a complete trend change. We don't know yet, but we analyze chart this way. So we know that buying is no longer an option. Every buy that we see in the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen is an opportunity for us to actually sell. So you need to identify this price point because these are the decision making points. These price points represent somewhere that a decision has been made and we have to be able to know those price points. This one here, 87.50, is the most important price point on this chart because this price point is the is the monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour Murray Math pivot point on the CADJPY, and I'll show you as the video goes on. Okay, but what actually made us select this? Because we do portfolio selection every single week on Sunday before the market open. on Sunday night, we normally go through what we call the weekly trading analysis. What I do in the weekly trading analysis is I look at the indices. Okay, I look at the DXY, EXY, AXY, all those baskets. Then we compare them. We see where the strength lies. We see where there's weaknesses. We see which one is rising, which one is falling, which one is trading at the key points. And when we do that, we apply some other tools as well, like some other important indicators that gives us an objective mindset, basically, that tells us yes, you should be buying this, or no, you should stay away from this. And all these things that we do before the market starts on Monday helps us to be objective during the week. So we know what we're doing, we know what we're doing with the dollar yen, pound dollar, card yen, and so on. So when the market opens, we are not fumbling about. We're not thinking, oh, what should I do now? Or should I be buying, or should I be selling? You don't want to be doing that when you are ready to trade. Okay, so that's basically a little bit of introduction of what we go through to make our decision, because this game is a hard game. Many people, they do adverts on YouTube and all these places, and they tell you, oh, come and pay, come and join my webinar. By the time you do 3-4 lessons, you will become a professional trader. Nothing like that. I've been trading for 14 years, and one thing with trading is this: you need to learn a lot of things. The problem that people have is they have the knowledge, but, and I, I don't blame them, because when you learn something, you believe that, oh, yes, I know this thing now. But in trading, it doesn't work like that. You need to be able to organize those knowledge. The people that I blame most is I don't know who wrote it, that says knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only a potential power. When you have knowledge, you need to be able to organize that knowledge. When you now organize the knowledge to be able to serve the purpose that you actually want it to serve as a trader, when you are able to organize the knowledge that you've learned about moving average, everything that you know about price, technical analysis, and all sort of that, okay, and you are able to apply it to a market, and you become, you now, when you are now able to earn money on a consistent basis, not money that you can rely on as an income, then you have power. Then you now are a successful trader, or a professional trader, if you can call it that way. Okay, until you are able to do that on a consistent basis, you can't call yourself, or you can't say, no, I have power, because you have knowledge. So you must be able to organize those things. So enough of my talking. So what we're going to do today is this: we know what we want to do with the card yen. We want to be a seller, and we've identified those key price points on the chart. Okay, so what I want to do now is this: I want to take us through price behavior, okay, using the market maker, analyzing the market makers, and also using volume to actually interpret some things that is going on in the market. So this is our MetaTrader chart, and this chart, there's nothing special about it. We have the profile, and we have the volume, plus the wave structure that draws the 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. So this is a momentum high one. For if you don't know momentum high or structure by now, you need to go and watch my video that I did on price. Okay, I'll put the link below this video. Okay, the way we use these numbers is actually what the smart money is. This is the smart money trend, the market maker. Their trend is not the moving average and all those things that you see. Their trend is these numbers, because price moves in waves, and trend moves in wave, and those waves can be counted. I develop a cost which is I develop a methodology which is called the wave of success. We count the wave, but not this way. I'll talk about that later if there's time. Okay, but what I want to show you now is a simple approach. We already know that card yen, we want to be a seller, but I need an evidence. I need something to tell me when I should get involved. because this game is not just an ordinary game. People see it, you can have a lucky streak and win some, but there's the problem is the consistency, and you want to be able to do this on a consistent basis. It's not just going to be a one-off. Okay, and the evidence that you want to see is the starting point of a correction. What can I see? Is there heavy volume? People will be like, oh, there they go, they're talking about volume. Okay, why? I've been in trading, like I said, 14 years, and it took me almost 8 years to, to, to actually accept volume, to say, okay, to take it serious and say, yeah, I'm going to study what volume is. And my friend, if you listen to this and you don't use volume, maybe I'll be able to convince you by the time I finish this analysis that I'm doing right now. So the color candle, I've just make my life simple. I don't need too much clutter on my chart. These are volume candles, okay? And this, if I put the mouse on it, this the aqua color is very high volume, okay? The yellow are low volume, and the pink ones, the magenta one, is the ultra high volume. That means it's extremely strong volume. All right, and what I want to see is if a correction started with a strong volume, that means the move that is currently about to start or that is going on is induced by the market maker. There's too many sellers, there's too many weak sellers in this downtrend. And what they want to do, their intention is to go and flush them out. And that can take, depending on the time frame, if you're looking at the daily chart and combining it with an hour, it can take up to 2 or 3 days, depending on the level of the involvement. Okay, and that's what happened here. We can see heavy volume, this one here, and they took all the sellers and they started pushing the price. How many times? 1, 2, 3. And once they finished again, the oscillators, which this is stochastic, it got into an overbought area, and they did this. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 candles with high volume, very high volume, and that is it. Price went into a sleepy mode. That is what you want to know. That is an information. They went into consolidation after what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 3-1 is the momentum high, and they went into consolidation after 3. That is an information. Yesterday, you'll have seen this and you know what you want to do in the card. But we're not just gonna jump in, because trading is execution. You can analyze from now till next year. If you don't know how to execute flawlessly, like I said in the beginning of this video, then you're not gonna make money. I've read so many courses, I've read so many textbooks about trading. Some have been written 40 years ago, 50, even 50 years ago. I've read some books that are fantastic in the principles and everything, but they are outdated in the application. This is 2021. Some of those books, when they were written, there's nothing like computerized trading. Even some of them, there are computerized trading, but not as fast as what we have now. There's so many people fighting on nanoseconds to take up positions, and they don't care about your 10 grand account or 20 grand. Even if you have a 100 grand account, they don't care. They're gonna do what they want to do. And what you have to do is this: you follow them to their intention. You want to study them and know their intention. Once you know their intention, what you have to do is be patient. Sometimes you will have to wait. I was reading the little book of Market Wizard, and there was an example this guy gave. I forgot the name. He said you have to be like a cheetah. A cheetah is the fastest animal on land, but a cheetah will not just because it's fast start chasing all the animals. It will wait. It will wait till the last minute. It will let the antelope come close to a striking distance, then it will pounce. And we, as a trader, we must be able to adopt that kind of principle. That okay, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna walk my dog, I'm gonna go sleep, I'm gonna go gym, I'm gonna go play football or do something that interests you, you know, and wait till they make a decision. Why? Is because they will give you all this information, but the key for me, the greatest challenge that I faced in trading was waiting. You know, oh, I've seen it. He's gonna buy it, and I just wanna buy it. And to me, it's not gonna do your equity curve a favor. You know, it's gonna go against you really bad, because sometimes the market maker, even though they're gonna sell, they will still push price against you 20, 25 pips, 50 pips sometimes. And that's what we see every single day. That is why I teach people to trade in harmony with the market, the current market. You trade in harmony with the current people that are gonna make you money, the banks, those people that have billions, that they're gonna launch the money and the market is gonna move. Those are the ones you want to trade with, and you must see the evidence. And volume tells you, volume gives you the evidence, and a little bit of price action, okay, and you are almost there. With mentoring, taking time, watching and learning and copying and doing all those things, then you become someone that can actually take money from the market at will. Okay, so now enough of my talking. This is very simple. So market went into consolidation, small range, and this morning, this is what we wanted to see. They broke down. They took, actually, this is the POC this morning, still remains the same. That was a price point. I drew that POC there this morning because we've seen all this low volume, sleepy mode, okay, and immediately London opened. They broke down with one candle. A lot of people will have, those people that trade breakouts, they will have taken that one there, that candle, and they did all they want to do. See that there was a doji there, there was a doji there, and there was a news coming out this afternoon. Let's quickly go to the 4 hour. I can't see the history, but there was a news that came out. Okay, I don't follow the news. I take them with a pinch of salt, because everything that is knowable has already been known. So the news that will be released at 1:30, the information is, this are human beings. Imagine, put yourself in the shoe of someone that is working at the wherever they accumulate the news that is going to come out on Friday evening. It's someone that will type the report. It's someone that will take the survey and accumulate the survey. And they have family members, they know people that works in the banks, they do all these things, so they've given them the information, so they have already started acting days before the news come out. That is why the news is just a discounting mechanism. Okay, if the news come out, they use the news to take people's money away, and they go in the direction that they want to go anyway. But you must wait for that to happen. Okay, going back to the 1 hour chart. So now, once they did that, they broke down this morning, you don't want to get involved in that. Why? Because there's no free money in 2021. Nobody's gonna give you free money. If price broke down here and started coming down, that is free money in essence. And for me, when I started trading, I thought there was free money, because everything that we learned was, once you see a failure trade, just take it and let it go, then it's gonna pay you. And I tried it for many years. Maybe 1 out of 10 will pay me, and you end up becoming very emotional, and you think, oh, what is this about, and things like that. But you must wait for the manipulation. The keyword here is manipulation. Why? The market makers, they see people's orders on the market. Impatient trader, people that can't wait, people that don't have patience, they're gonna make them pay. Where would they take the price? They will take the price beyond them. Where will people mostly put their stop loss? If you are selling, they've taught you in the textbook, put your stop loss at the last resistance or the last daily high. If you are buying, put your stop loss at the last daily low or the last support. All those things, if the market makers have not satisfied that level, you cannot use it as a stop loss until they break it and failed. And the way they will do it is this. You can see every volume here. See that? This candle was up to here. Let me just measure it. 18 pips. And that level still remains. They took price above it for 18 pips. So they will tell you use spread plus the daily high plus spread or plus one ATR. Look at the ATR, 13 pips. They took it past the ATR. They took it past the normal thing that you've read in the text with 5 pips. I was listening to this guy. Excuse me. I was listening to this guy. He said 5 pips above the resistance or above the daily high. You shouldn't take more than that. Well, I'm afraid, my friend, they took it 18 pips above. So anybody that put their stop loss less than 20 pips, even with 20 pips, your broker will still cheat you. They will expand the spread. Maybe when the price got to the 20 pips, it's actually 25 pips because the broker knew what was going on, and they expand the spread on you. Then you are facing the market maker and the broker as well, they are crazy, you know. And you'll be like, oh, what a bad day, and you start kicking your dogs and you start slapping everybody around and you become very aggressive. Why? I've been there. This is what they do, and it becomes a cycle. And my friend, I'm here to share that you don't have to trade like that anymore. Trading is no longer is not supposed to be painful. Trading, for those that, for the market wizard, trading is a game. Trading is something fun that you enjoy. Game of brain, emotional intelligence, psychology. Be patient. It's gonna come. As long as you know what you're looking for, as long as you know you've done your due diligence and you can wait for the perfect time to execute your trade. McDouglas said, trading is execution. When I first listened to him about 6 years ago, when he was saying in one of his videos that trading is execution, and he was shouting, "I'm saying trading is execution," and I was thinking, what is he talking about? Trading is not easy. For me, when I was learning trading is all about moving average, look at the higher highs, higher low, which one is the higher, and that kind of thing, all the things that we've learned. When a crossover happen or an oscillator turns down, bullish or bearish divergence, all those things are good, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to make you money if you cannot execute properly. They're not gonna make you money. You need to be able to study price behavior. You need to be able to know what the intention of the banks are. When the price is going on, is it actually an uptrend? When is it gonna end? What are the things to look for when the price is going to end this trend? As we know, there are two types of trends. There is a primary trend, which is actually the direction of the trend, and there is a secondary trend, the fast move that scares everybody out, like this one that I'm showing you. Those are the secondary trend. And when the secondary trend is going on, you should be happy that whenever this ends, I'm going to be patient. There's an alert going on somewhere. Let me quickly check that. That's on dollar yen. Okay. Still can't. Oh, I've seen it. So dollar yen is this, now something I was just talking about something now. So, and this is actually a good example for us to quickly do because I don't plan to do this before. Well, so let's quickly check the dollar yen. So dollar yen is in a downtrend. We can see the price broke the low and they pushed the price really back. This is a deep. This is what we call a deep correction. I'm just doing this quickly. So you still want to be a seller with this one. So now let's check the dollar yen on the MetaTrader. Boom. This is dollar yen. Look at that. I've just explained this. Look at what happened. See how crazy this is? So what can you call this? Is this a real buy or just a pullback? And this is exactly what we're saying. This will go into a sleepy mode. Maybe they can push the price down and do all what they want to do. You just have to wait. Let it go into a sleepy mode for 12 hours. Then they will come back again. They'll smash it down. don't get involved. Let the price settle. They will manipulate the last high. Once they manipulate the last high, then you want to start finding an evidence to get in. I'll tell us a simple way to get involved. Let's go back to our card trade. So there's something we call the 4-bar rule. It's simple if you want to learn something that you can actually start implementing. Excuse me, this is very easy. When a manipulation happens, you want to count the last 4 bars. The high, the low, represent support and resistance. Wherever price is, if price is above it, the last 4 highs is a resistance. When price is below it, the last 4 lows is a resistance. Okay, as well. So if price is coming down and closing below the last high, that is a sell signal. You now have to wait for a close, okay, below that trigger candle. So for instance, this is a very perfect example. So let me do this quickly. This is a perfect example. We can see here in this place here, we can see this very high volume, okay, that ended up with what? With a pin bar. That alone, you don't even need to wait. That is a confirmation. But for the sake of consistency, as soon as you see a new high volume closing below the congestion zone, a high volume closing below and price breaking below, that is your confirmation that you should take that trade. And that is why we're selling the CADJPY. Okay, I've just explained all these things just to make sure we understand why we're doing what we're doing. It's not this is not a theory, this is actually something that you can do. And if you are patient enough, you should be able to do this. Okay, and you can see the entry there. Once we see the pin bar and everything closes, you want to take the trade. And now you can use the eye to put your stop loss. Why? Because the manipulation has been done. Okay, the manipulation has already been done. Their banks they should be satisfied. You need the evidence. We need the price to break this this turning point. Okay, this is the turning point. This 87.50 is the major turning point, MTP. So today is Friday. We might see a continuation and price might go into a sleepy mode below this area, but we have a position. Why? Because this is a downtrend. We are expecting price to break this low. In terms of target, we can use, let me go back to the daily chart because I still haven't projected it actually, and this is an opportunity for us to do that. Okay, so I'm looking at this is the last structural point that pushed the price all the way there, that made this momentum low. So that is my starting point. This is what we call A, B, C, D. Then you start A, B, C, another D. So you do this one has done its job, so this is the next one. So you put a Fibonacci on top of that and you put one at the bottom of the momentum low. The ones that we're going to use, this current one is the Russell wave. I'm going to use the key ratio, and because that one is more of is used for this kind of trade. The other one is not for this type of trade. I'll just do this quickly. To do that, I need to be able to see the number on the left, and this is what we've got. Okay, price retraced to 50%. That is very important. So this is our first target here, the 84.24, and the next target is the 61.80. If price gets here and pull back, we're gonna have an extended move. If price gets to 61.8 and if price did not pause and get all the way to 61.8, which is 82.34, the trend should change from there. Okay, the trend should change from there if it does that. But if we get here and pull back, then we're gonna have extension. This is the first extension here, and this is the second extension. Okay, so that's how we use the Fibonacci just to project price Fibonacci is very important depending if you know the level that you are drawing in. That's why we have different numbers. We have different type of Fibonacci that we use. Okay. So that's basically the way we trade. That's basically the way we analyze the market, and we get involved very cautiously. We wait till the last minute. We wait for what we are looking for. We 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 we, we, we took on the role of a cheater that waited until the prey comes very close before it pounces. Okay, so that's my free gift for you this Friday. My name is Shogun Chart 247. I train people how to trade in harmony with the market. If you like what you've heard from me today, send me a message. I still mentor people. I'll be releasing my trading for living course by the end of September. That course should be done. It's already done. I'm just recording it. It has taken me too long to finish the recording, and I'm looking forward to sharing that course with you guys, and to be able to share the new things that's coming up on the share vision that I'll be doing, and I'll be, as time permits, because I trade full time. I don't do this type of video very often anymore. I normally do it a lot before on TradingView, but I've stopped doing that because I need to focus on my trading and the mentoring that I'm doing for people. So that's basically. I hope you have a lovely weekend and a successful trading day. Take care.